All right, this should be a quick video on installing TradeSkillMaster in Lutris. So what you want to do is, I am actually logged into Lutris. So I'm running Lutris locally on my machine, and I have it added to my profile at the Lutris website. So it's available here as a installation. So I'm going to go ahead and install it. I will go with a standalone. I haven't tried the other one, but I'll go with the standalone. And tell it to go ahead and install it in my subdirectory games. Yep, go ahead. Let's install it. It'll go ahead and set up the wine configuration for that container. So it always shows me that R limit nice here in Lutris. But anyway, so let's close that. Let's run it, but I don't want to run it yet. Actually, hold on 1 second. Okay, so I got a terminal window up here. I'm going to switch to that games directory. And what I'm going to do is, you'll see there's the TradeSkillMaster. You could do this with Dolphin or your file manager, but I'm a command line kind of guy. So I'm going to switch to the drive, to the program / space files x86. Now you can see these are the regular files that you would see in that directory or folder in Windows. So what I'm going to do is, I want to do a logical link to where I have World of Warcraft installed. So if you follow my other, I showed this in episode 0 of my WoW playthrough. This is a directory I set up to install BattleNet files or directories. And so there it is. So now this container of wine, right, thinks that World of Warcraft is also inside this container of wine through a logical link in Linux, and then it's just happy. So let's fire it up now. Always brings up this terminal. So let me put in my credentials here 1 second. Let me put my credentials and then I'll fire it up. I'm just going to hide this for now. All right, credentials are in place and I said go. Well, let's just crank that up. Now we can see it's running. Now, at the first run, you might have had to tell it the directory, but it found the directory automatically because it looked in the place it expects it to be. So you can see it's got the add-on version of TSM, TradeSkillMaster and TSM App Helper already installed. You might need to get it to install it, and if you don't have it installed, and you just double click in here. It says right there, double click to install. I don't have it set up for BCC or Master Classic, so I've just got it set up for retail. It's all good. I've got my realm data for US and US Earthen Ring. Rock and roll, we're ready to go. And that's pretty much it for TradeSkillMaster. Now, once in a while, this breaks, and I think I've determined that it breaks when WoW has an update of any significance. So if the World of Warcraft retail or whatever client has an upgrade, it seems to not run properly. And what I do is I just delete it, reinstall it, do the link and all that I just showed you in the console, and then it's happy again. That's actually just what I did. I recorded the fix it, delete it before I recorded this, and I'll patch it on the end here. Thanks everyone. I hope this helps you with running TradeSkillMaster inside of World of Warcraft. In episode 0 of my series, I did show how to run Strongbox, which will allow you to connect to anything that's via GitHub that they define a GitHub directory or WoW interface. It can do updates for you. Everything else, I've got some manually installed ones, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on it, or I'm going to have to look at how I can also mirror some of these to GitHub. Like, I know some of them are on GitHub. I know Greenwall's on GitHub because I know the person who develops Greenwall, and it's on GitHub, but it's not linked through the GitHub directory or source that Strongbox is looking in. So I think I might actually submit that they do mirror it, or I'll figure out how to mirror it myself with Strongbox. So that's more utilities for playing around with World of Warcraft in Linux. So hopefully that's helpful, and thanks everyone. Okay, this will probably be at the back end. I'm going to give a video on how to install TradeSkillMaster and set it up for use on Linux. One thing that happens, I believe it happens every time that the client gets updated, it breaks. So watch this. Brings up a terminal, it fires it up. Oh, it's working. No, it died. So what I think happens there is you're going to need to delete this. Remove. I only want to delete the files. I don't want to remove it from my library of Lutris. So I'm going to delete it. And then once it's deleted, I'm going to go and install it again. But I'm going to actually do the installation at the front half of this video. But that's what you need to do. And then you'd need to go into the directory and create the logical link again, which I'll show in the installation.